How to let your body feel safe enough to soften again. There's a kind of touch that makes you tense, and there's a kind of touch that makes you breathe. And the difference isn't about pressure or technique, it's about energy. When you're touched with pressure, meaning expectation, entitlement, agenda, your body closes. Even if the touch is light, even if the words are kind, your nervous system reads it instantly. This isn't about me, it's about what he wants from me. And when you're touched with presence, no demand, no hurry, no emotional leash, your body starts to soften, not because it's ready, but because it finally feels safe enough to explore. That's what this episode is about. Not how to fix your sex life, but how to learn what your body is really asking for. Let's begin with this. You've probably heard the lie, men want sex, women want safety. But that's not the full story, because you want sex too. You want to be wanted. You want to melt, to receive, to feel, but you can't melt if your nervous system is on high alert. And that's what most long-term relationships forget. By the time he reaches for you, your body is already in shutdown mode from stress, from resentment, from weeks of being touched only when he wants something. This isn't about rejecting him. This is about finally listening to your body's signal, because safety isn't the opposite of sex. It's the gateway. Start by asking yourself this. When he touches you, you have to do this honestly and especially without judgment, okay? When he touches you, do you feel invited or interrupted? Held or handled? Seen or scanned? That answer will tell you everything about your nervous system's current state. I'm going to give you 3 ways to start feeding your own system again. Remember, you're not responsible for fixing your marriage alone, but you are responsible for listening to your body again. And that starts with slowing way down. So the first thing is to reclaim physical contact without obligation. You don't need to wait until you're in the mood to be touched. But you do need to feel like you won't be punished if the touch doesn't lead somewhere. Try this. Next time you sit next to him, place your hand on his leg, on his chest, not to initiate, not to suggest, just to reconnect. Then observe yourself. Can you stay there without anticipating where it's going? If the answer is no, your nervous system is still in performance mode. So name it. Later that day, say, when I touch you, I want to do it just to feel close, not because I owe you anything. I want you to be with me, not waiting for something. You're not being cold. You're giving him a chance to be present with you, not just chase the finish line. Second thing to try is to receive his touch on your terms. Sometimes he reaches for you and you stiffen. You wish he'd stop, but underneath you also wish you didn't want him to stop. You wish you didn't feel so numb. That tension, it's real and it's not your fault, but here's the shift. You don't need to reject him to protect yourself. You can stay in the moment, redirect the energy, and keep your body online. Try this. When he touches you in a way that feels like pressure, gently take his hand and put it somewhere else, somewhere neutral, somewhere slower. Not to deflect, but to slow down. Then breathe. Let him feel that you're still there, but you're setting the pace. That one move tells your body, I'm in charge of what happens to me. And that's what safety actually feels like. The third thing to try is to teach him what feeds you without making him feel like a failure. If you've been holding it in, quietly cringing through rushed foreplay or faking reactions just to get it over with, you're not broken. You've just never had a safe way to teach him what works for you. And here's the truth. Most women are way too scared to admit this. He actually wants to get it right, but most of the time, no one's ever told him how. So here's what you do. Next time he touches you, and it's almost right, but not quite, don't flinch and don't pretend. Pause. Take his hand. Put it where you want it. Say something simple like, slower here, or stay there. That feels good. Do that again. Say it warmly from inside your body, not from the neck up. Not as a correction, as a signal. I want to feel this with you and I'm guiding you in, not shutting you down. That tone It builds confidence. It builds intimacy. It makes him want to listen, not withdraw. Because when a man realizes he's turning his woman on, not just going through the motions, he changes. Not because he's being shamed, because he's finally being shown. And your body finally feels like it belongs to you again. So, in conclusion, this isn't about shutting him out. It's about giving him something better to meet. A woman who is in her body, not bracing, not managing, not disappearing, just here. That's what he misses. That's what you miss. And now you have the tools to start bringing it back.